students, welcome to Drona Edu. This is Pavitra and in today's class let us discuss class 10 social science and sociology third chapter social movements. So basically capitalism can be seen in the private sectors. So in the private sectors most of the workers or the laborers have been exploited. So they may not get proper wages. So in European countries, so due to industrialization there was a drop in the employments available in the agricultural sector and more employment was there in the industrial sector, and because of this only the migration of workers towards industries also started. So when we talk about European countries, so industrialization first started in European countries itself, where many different machines were being introduced. Yes. So when more machines were being introduced, so this industrialization started to gain much popularity, and many people who were there in agricultural sector, okay, the employments also came down and more employments was there in industrial sector. So you can see the migration of workers to industries, okay. So this mainly led to the migration of workers to industries, and because of this also the exploitation of workers can be seen. So suddenly a person who is working in a plot or a field, he was being made or he was being sent to industry. He doesn't know how to operate a machine. Yes. So because of this also he was being exploited, where he was being not taught what he should do, and whatever the hard work he was doing, he was not paid much. So they were forced to work for longer hours, and this is also a basic problem. Yes. So these people were forced to work for longer hours, and what hours they were working, they were not being paid much also. Yes. So the laborer became aware of this exploitation and they started to oppose these developments. So when laborers start to understand the causes of these things, people started to, that is the laborers started to protest against the institutions or the organization. So during the 19th century, many worker parties and trade unions started. Yes. So worker parties, trade unions started organizing workers all over the world. Yes, these institutions start or they uphold the rights of the workers and also to fulfill the demands of the workers and also to see that these laborers are being paid properly. Okay. So due to the exploitation of laborers all over the world, many organizations such as workers' parties and trade unions also started. Then next, the International Working Men's Association is the first labor union which is established in London in the year 1864. So for this developments, what happened? The first International Working Men's Association was the first labor union started in London in the year 1864. So this organization is there to uphold the dignity of the laborers and also to give proper rights for them. So what is the main aim of this association? So the main aim of this association is to protect the interest of the laborers. Yes. So to protect the interest of the laborers, this International Men's Association or the International Working Men's Association was started in London in the year 1864. So what is the main aim of this, children? Yes, the main aim of this is to protect the interest of the laborers. So this was the first trade union which was started across the world. And this organization also wanted to implement 8 hours shift of working only. So what longer hours working was there for the laborers? So these people or this organization stressed for having only 8 hours shift of work. Okay. Yes. So this labor movement also spread to other parts of the world during later part of 19th century, and now in India, in order to protect the social security of the laborers, the government of India has implemented the act in the year 1923, as I said you, to ensure social security. Okay. So the labor movement spread across the world. So for this initiation itself, the government of India also created an act in the year 1923 to protect the social security of laborers, and this act also helped the Indian trade unions. Yes. So the various associations could gain legislative recognitions. So after this, laborers unions were also started and they continue to protect the right of workers. So because of one organization all over the world, the interests of the workers were being given much importance, and apart from that, in India also the act was created which protect the social security measures of laborers in the year 1923, and the trade unions in India also got the legal legislative recognitions. So because of all these measures itself, the laborers also started to get equal pay for what work they are doing. So they were not exploited also. And after this itself, many labor unions also were started, and they continue to protect the rights of the workers. So presently there are many labor unions who have continued their work. Yes, so this was about the labor movements. Yes, so many labor unions are there in our country where it is protecting the rights of the laborers. Yes, so next moving on to untouchability. So what is this untouchability? So untouchability, we are calling it as a social evil which persisted in the previous centuries itself. Yes, so here the downtrodden people were called as untouchables. So these people were not allowed inside the temples or to enter inside the temples, not to use water from the well. They were allowed to pick the night soil. They were denied the rights, no rights was given, and no other facilities also. So let us detailedly understand about untouchability. So untouchability prevention movement. So as I said you children, this untouchability is a inhuman practice of stratified society. Stratified is nothing but where the society was divided into upper class, lower class, like that. Yes, levels of the society. So people of the upper class, they exploited the people of the lower class. So it is inhuman practice. So first we should treat that all human beings are equal, but the society was in such a way where they gave more importance for the caste system. So before the implementation of the constitution, a question for you now, when was our constitution implemented? Yes, our constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. So where we are celebrating it as Republic Day. Yes, so before the implementation of constitution, so the ideas like untouchable should be untouched, so no one should stand next to him. Yes, this was prevailing in our country. So untouchables means no one should touch them, and they should also not stand next to us, and we should also not stand next to them. So this untouchable prevention movement is a movement which aimed at achieving eradicating of the practice of untouchability. Eradicating is nothing but abolishing or stopping the practice of this untouchability. So there were many instances which happened in our country where the children of lower caste were treated as untouchables, and in the school also, maybe in the classroom also, they were allowed to sit in a corner or maybe outside the classroom, and they were not allowed to mingle with the other children. So this untouchability prevention movement is a movement which aimed to eradicate the practice of untouchability. Now presently untouchability is a crime. So in the history of India also we can see many attacks on untouchables. So to prevent that attacks also, untouchability prevention movement was started. Basically this movement is against the caste based social exploitation. So in the name of caste, the people were disrespected, they were exploited, they were allowed to do some low graded jobs, and one more thing is that the person who belonged to low caste, so what work he is doing, his family members also should follow the same job. He was not allowed to go to other works also. So thank you children for your patience listening. So if at all you have any doubts regarding these concepts, you can put your doubts in the question box. Okay. So soon let us meet live and interact with this particular concepts. So thank you and have a great day.